Hello and welcome to the fourth episode in my series on Makai Kingdom. Today we're going to be tackling just the first four stages of World 4. Um, I feel like I might need to remind people this isn't like a walkthrough through the entire game. That's not what I'm doing at all. What I'm trying to show people is how to quickly get into the post game. Um, so we are not going to be going all the way through chapter 4 today. We're going to be stopping after 4:4, and there's a very good reason for that. We might not get into that this episode, but definitely the next one. And then the next episode is where we're really going to kind of go off road and do some interesting stuff. So I hope you'll tune in for it. But we are about to start World 4. We need to pick which overlord. We're going to have make another world. There's really no reason to pick anybody other than Pram. I mean, everybody else, you pick any of these, you're going to be looking at bigger random stages, more enemies, more varied enemy types. We don't want any of that. We want small stages, we want physically weak enemies, and we want a low number of them in order to get through them quickly. So we're going with Pram for the same reasons that we chose her for World 2 and World 3. Engineering vehicle, okay. All right. We got the thieves we made last episode. All right, so let's get right into it. I am going to save because there is quite a bit of randomization on World 4-1. Here we go. And one thing I'm going to do, let's look at the shop. Let's see, how are we? That would be 9,000. I've got 10,000. Yeah, so at this point, it's probably a good idea to just spend just buy the best sword you can afford. I think that this is about twice as good as what we've got equipped. We've got that 3-star Gladius equipped that we got from, I think it was 2.6. So why don't we go ahead and upgrade it? We're going to buy this. There we go. And you get that. And oh yeah, I better take this off. All right. And while I'm at it, let's take that off of you too. We want our characters to have their mobility back. These flat rocks were exactly what we needed to get past 3-4, but we don't really need that extra mobility anymore. Let's take off everybody's heavy armor. Everybody take a load off. There we go. All right. All right. So before you attempt 4-1, I do recommend doing that. Spend your money, buy a better sword, because you are only, yeah, our warrior is only level 13. That's pretty typical. And some of the attacks you're going to need to pull off, the damage can be kind of sketchy. So get yourself situated. And we're going to save. There's something else I'm debating doing. Um, do I want to do it or not? Uh, which one? Okay, yeah, here. All right. So let's see. We're going to go to Overlord Dungeons and 4-1 and skip event. Okay, so this stage, um, there's quite a bit of randomization. The number of points is very random. Sometimes it will not be worth very much at all. If you get a stage like that, I recommend resetting until you get values that are a bit more convenient. Wow, this cluster of enemies over here is only worth 31. It's only 52 points, so times 3.8. That won't even, I don't think that won't even break 200, and we need 500 here. These are a bit better. Let's see, 65. So let's see, 65. So that's 80. 80 plus 52 is like 132 times 3.8. Actually, it's embarrassing. I can't do that math in my head, but that might do it. I think it's close. Do we go for it? Do we go for this? Stage points 33. I better decide. Yeah, I'll go for it. It's fine. That area is 520. I don't know. Maybe I could even look at that. My hospital hit there. Oh yeah, 309. Let's see. So let's see. 158 times 3. Oh yeah, that'll be enough. Okay. So we got lucky here. That's a nice conveniently placed item. So we're going to pull off our little trick in order to quickly clear this stage. Now, in the event that you don't get something like this, what you can do is, like, depending on the point values of these items here, you can drop a facility on them with your multiplier in place. We don't have our multiplier in place. You know, the trick I showed you in the last episodes, when you drop facilities on items, it applies the multiplier from either the current combo that you have queued up or the last one that you did. So you could definitely use that to kind of instantly grab some points here if the last combo you used was like an 8-part combo. And then what you can also do is send your warrior over here. These characters are all pretty physically weak. You know, sword masters and cat kids are pretty physically weak. So just queue up an 8-part combo and use like berserker on all three, and you should be able to one-shot them and get all those points. And you can reset a couple times until you get a convenient layout where these enemies and these items will give enough points to instantly clear it. We don't need to do that though. We're just going to combo this thing. So let's get on it. We'll use our thief here to reposition the book like we've done many times before. And what we can do, actually, this is going to be cool. Let's see, and I need my final healer. And let's see, somebody else with like who's, I'll have Big John do it. Let's see what this is, a stone. Yeah, that's fine. Before I try that, let me make sure that, yeah, my doghouse will actually reach. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit fancy. We're going to queue up a combo on our book. I actually reset my computer last time. I don't have my 3.8 multiplier in place, um, but that doesn't matter. So what I'm doing here is I'm just queuing up an 8-part combo. It doesn't matter what you queue it up on. So I'm going to queue it up on Zeta here. Yeah, I know I'm targeting Zeta. And then now all I've done is queue it. I'm not going to execute it. And then watch what happens though. We're going to invite our doghouse over here. Instantly 600 points. That's a very powerful, I mean, knowing about that just kind of completely changes this process of trying to get through the levels quickly. So you definitely want to understand it, want to use it. And we're going to clear stage. There we go. And that's it. 4-1 is potentially as easy as that. And like I said, it's random. You can, save and reset a couple times till you get a convenient layout like we did. And easy peasy. All right, so for the next stage, it's convenient. We've got our 3.8 multiplier all loaded up, and that's good for the next stage because the next stage is a completely random one. So let's knock it out. 4-2. Here we go. Okay, this initial area is worth 394. Look at that, Providence. Bye, Felicia. All right. We kind of let some experience go to waste there. That's not really a big deal. Nobody, that's no big deal. All right. So, at this point, you definitely want to save because 4-3 is a very long stage, and it's a little, some of it is a little bit sketchy. You know what though? Even before we save, there's something else you want to do. Let's get out of here. No. What we're going to do is get rid of our thieves here. I think we made 3 last time. We're going to make several more. The next stage is a very long stage with lots of extensions, and the process of throwing the tome to the very end of it, like we've been doing in stages like 2-6 and 3-6, we're going to be doing that again. But 4-3 is longer than either of those, and the process of getting there is a bit more involved. It's I think it's the trickiest stage on the way to 4-5. Um, there's definitely a lot that can go wrong. So you definitely want to make a bunch of thieves. You can't have too many. Just make a bunch. No reason not to. They're practically free. I don't know. I don't really need to spend the bonus points, but like not doing it just kind of, it's like an obsessive compulsive thing. It just feels like a waste. Drama. Ugh. Not a fan of drama. All right. So now that we've got plenty of thieves, we got like 10 of them. 10? 9? 10. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to save. And we're going to go attempt stage 4-3. Overlord Dungeon 4-3. And yeah, there's nothing else I need. Okay. All right. So let's just take a look at the layout first and foremost. It's really interesting that he's got a syringe. I need to not get distracted. Okay. Um, so looking at this stage, this initial area is only worth 100, and we need a whopping 800. So it really is. It's a lot like 2-6 or 3-6. Those both required 800 points too, and they were these long, uh, annoying uh, levels. But so you see, this tiny little extension here is worth nothing. I don't even know what the point of that is. This one's worth another 100. Not really interesting. Um, let's see. I forget exactly where the. I mean, if you're playing in like a more pedestrian way, you're going to work your way through all this nonsense, but that is not what we're going to do. So that one's 224, that one's 100, uh, 39, and you see that this final area here is worth a whopping 700. So that's definitely where we want to get to as soon as possible. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing you want to do is orient your map like this, so that this what is this, a stalagmite over here in the corner is in the top right corner like that. And then you're going to want to invite one of your newly minted thieves to move the book. You want to move over here near the stalagmite, and then you're going to invite your hospital right on the corner. You want to make sure that you're not inviting it in this extension here. You don't want to reveal that extension. There's no reason to. You just complicate things. So like right about here is where you want to go. All right. And then you're going to invite another one of your thieves, drama, right here. Yeah. You move him up to the upper corner. Standby. And then once again, you're going to invite another thief. So now you're going to have one of these thieves kind of climb up onto the shoulders of the other one, like that. You see now one of them is carrying the other like an item. Um, and you're going to want to move to the corner as far as you can, and then you're going to throw your thief in this direction. And you want to be careful because you're standing on top of this facility that's on top of this stalagmite. You've got a lot of height. So you should be able, even though it looks like you can't, if you throw it at the right point, you should be able to throw him far enough to reveal this extension. And that's exactly what we're going to do. There, we get it just right there. There we go, just like that. So then, this is important. We've done this a lot. You don't want to forget this. We're going to have this thief enter the facility to reduce our population. And right here, we're going to invite another thief. You see now why we need so many thieves. And our thief who's holding the book here is going to throw it in the direction of that extension we just revealed. Just like that. There we go. And then you want the thief you just invited to lift up the other one and take him into the facility. So we've gone from here all the way to here, and our population is still 0, which is what we want. You want to keep your population low so that once you get where you want to be, you can invite all 7 of your healers and your warriors so you can queue up that juicy 8-part combo. That's what we're going for. So once you get over here to this extension, you're going to want to invite your shop, about right there, I'd say. And once again, you're going to invite a thief to lift your book, and you're going to throw it to about undershoot it because you're in a high place, about right there. There you go. And he goes back in there. So look at how close we are now. There's where we want to go. There's where we are. We're going to invite a couple more thieves. This is why we made so many. You use them. Okay, and again, we're going to throw a thief over here to reveal this extension. There it is. And then he is going to go over here to reduce our population. And now we just need one more thief. No, there we go. And all we need to do is throw the book over here in the direction of this final extension, about like that. There we go. So here we are. The book is where we want it on the final extension, and our population is 0. We can invite whichever 8 characters we want over here. That's exactly what we want. Another important thing, we have only invited 2 facilities to get here. It's important that you do that. If you can, if you figure out a way to do it with less, that's great too. But you don't want to invite all 3. You're limited to inviting 3 facilities per floor. So you don't want to use all 3 of them on the way to getting here. And I'll tell you why in just a second. So let's look at this final area. We've got this Swordmaster here and this vehicle. The vehicle's only worth 1. The Swordmaster is worth, how much is he worth? 422. But if we wanted to if we wanted to attack him, we would have to get rid of his vehicle first, and his vehicle's level 19. It's more sturdy than that annoying tank we had to deal with in, what was that, 3.6? So I don't recommend going that route. This facility over here, oh, okay, and this Swordmaster here is only worth 6. I believe the enemies here are random. This guy in the vehicle is always there, and he's always worth a lot of points. But there can be other random enemies here, and I think these items might be random too. I'm not sure. Anyway, what we're interested in this extension is this facility, and specifically inside this facility, this Swordmaster. She's worth a whopping 425. But instead of trying to win a, what do you call it, facility conflict in here, which I don't know if we could do. She's level 19. Instead of trying to win a facility conflict, what we're going to do is just invite our last facility right here and use it as bait. The good thing about that, there are a couple of things that are good about that. One is that the AI in Makai Kingdom, generally enemies are very, very aggressive to vulnerable facilities, and this is a level 1 doghouse, so this is just absolutely irresistible bait for them. Early on, they're not very aggressive to the tome. In fact, in some levels, they seem to not be aggressive to the tome at all. Um, the tome can literally be the only target for them on the stage, and they still won't target it at all. I don't know if that's the case in this levels, but I know that it is in some. But generally, low levels like this, they're not aggressive to the tome. So we're going to use this facility as bait, and we're actually going to let them get a turn. I know normally we don't do that, but I think it makes sense to do it here. So we're just going to end our turn. Yeah, you see they go for the facility. And now you'll notice that this high point value Swordmaster here has been baited out of her facility. That was the point of inviting that facility. So now all we need to do is combo her. She's worth a whopping 425 points. So we're going to do exactly that. Now, when you do this stage, I've said earlier that like you can load your healers up in a facility to save time on this, but for this stage you wouldn't want to do that because we've used all three of our facilities for various stuff. So you don't have any um, invites left. We don't have any facilities left either. Is that, yeah, that's 8 out of 8. Yeah, and then you just queue up your heals. Now, hopefully this is enough damage. It can be sketchy sometimes. That's why you definitely want to buy a good sword before you attempt this. 5, 6, 7. There we go. And 16, 15, we are clear. All right, so that is actually it for this episode. Oh, no, 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 I'm sorry. Forget that. We got one more left, but it's a random stage. We'll do that real quick. That is not it for this episode. I apologize. That was a mistake. So Overlord Dungeon 4. Let's see. World. Yeah. So random stage, and we saved. Let's see what we got here. So this area is worth 500. Easy. Yeah, that's all you got to do. What do we get? Doesn't matter. Well, I wasn't that wrong, was I? Okay. So now Zeta is going to tell us about reincarnation. That is actually as far as we're going to go today. There is something very, very special about the next stage, and we want to save it until we've made a few preparations. So in the next episode, I'm going to be making those preparations, then I'm going to be showing you exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to remind everybody of something, and that is, so let's look at our played time. We've done this in 2 hours of played time. And looking back at the stages, I want to make this point to everybody. So we've done the first stage twice, but other than that, we have one shot every single stage, and most of them we've done in one turn without giving the enemy a turn to act at all. So this is a very easy, very fast way to get through the early part of the game. It can be done in uh, under 3 hours very easily. I mean, we did it, we did it in 2 hours of playtime, even though I was, going slow and explaining stuff. So it could definitely be done, um, and this series is the proof. Um, that is one of the things that I really love about Makai Kingdom. It is actually really, if you know what you're doing, it's really quick and easy to get into the post game. And next episode, I'm going to be showcasing a lot of that. We're going to start doing some really weird off-road stuff. We're going to be um, there's going to be some cheese. It's going to get really cool starting in the next episode. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you tune in next time. And I am so bad at ending these videos. Um, ciao.